Hello, this is Joyce Salyer coming to you from sunny Florida for a video for Nursing 461, Nursing Leadership and Management. The purpose of this video today is to discuss a book that I have just finished reading on my Kindle. It's called Monday Mornings, a novel. It's by Sanjay Gupta. Dr. Gupta, who wrote this book, he's also a correspondent for CNN for medical affairs, and he's pretty well published as far as he's seen frequently on television. The print price for this book, should you be interested in purchasing it with Amazon, is $14.99, but the Kindle price was $8.89. There's 305 pages in the book, and it was published March the 13th, 2012. It's about a hospital that's located in Michigan, and you get the idea that maybe it is on Lake Michigan. It's Chelsea General is the name of the hospital, and it's the subject of the book is M&M, also what you all may know it as is morbidity and mortality. Another name they used for it in the book was death and complications, or the third name they used is Somebody Messed Up Conference. That's the whole premise of this book is M&M, mortality and morbidity. And the purpose for it being called Monday Morning is they have the morbidity and mortality meetings on Monday morning. And when the physicians are invited to this morbidity and mortality meeting, then they get a page on their pager that says 311.6, which means room 311 at Chelsea General at 6 a.m. This is a behind-the-scenes look at the way professionals investigate each other, and it's the policing of their own profession. And they talk about the mortality, morbidity cases, and cases that they've had that the results have been less than what they should have been. And there's always a select few participants in all of these meetings. Of course, there would never be an attorney in the meetings. And the purpose of these meetings is so that they can learn from it, and other physicians not make the mistakes that these original physicians have made regarding these cases. The primary participants in this book are an ER doctor. He's the first physician that you're introduced to, and his name was George Villanueva. He was a former NFL linebacker that after playing NFL ball in Detroit, then he went to medical school. He's also known as El Gato Grande, which means the big cat. And he's a large man, as you can imagine, being a linebacker, but he's an excellent physician. And when he's the kind of physician, when he speaks, others listen. And he seems to have a sixth sense about a lot of these medical conditions. The second main character that you're introduced to is Ty Wilson. Ty Wilson is he's probably the opposite of the big cat, or George Villanueva. Ty Wilson is a very handsome young man, and he is a neurosurgeon. And what you find out about Ty Wilson is he really has a troubled soul. He's had a recent M&M case involving a young man called Quinn McDaniel, whom he did surgery on for a brain tumor, but later finding out that the young man had an hereditary bleeding disorder, and the young man, probably 15, 16-year-old kid, died on the operating table. And he goes through explaining how he explained to the parents. The third main character you're introduced to is Tina Ridgway. She's married, very attractive. She looks more like a socialite than she does a neurosurgeon. She has a child with a disability, and she's a third-generation physician herself. She's in a very unhappy marriage and has a relationship with Ty Wilson, who is a single man. and you learn about how she is coming to terms with, does she really want to be a physician? The fourth character is Dr. Harding Hooten, who is known as the boss. He's the chief of neurosurgery. Fifth character is Dr. Sydney Saxena. She's an up-and-coming doctor, and being a physician is her entire being. The sixth character is a Dr. Sung Park. He's an Asian doctor who completed his education and his residency in the Philippines, but when he immigrated to the United States, then he finds out that his credentials are no good in the United States. He must take another residency, and that's what he's doing at Chelsea General, this hospital. And he's a very, very strict, pretty well your stereotypical, what we might think of it as an Asian doctor. He's very strict at home, he's very disciplined himself, and he's very critical of the other physicians. Very critical, in fact, until Dr. Sung Park develops brain cancer, and he's a neurosurgeon, but yet he must then depend on all of these surgeons, all these physicians that he's been so critical of. I would recommend this book to anyone who has any interest in any type of medical field. It's rather simply written. You're not taken back by the terminology, and it really has some very good life lessons, some life lessons about ethics, moralities, and how the medical community interacts amongst themselves. I think you'll enjoy this book. And again, the name of the book is Monday Morning. It's by Sanjay Gupta, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, available through Amazon. And again, this is Joyce Salyer, Nursing 461, Nursing Leadership and Management. Thank you.